What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. What you're looking at right here is my mini Doge 3 Plus, which is a Dogecoin, Litecoin, script coin miner, and it has an integrated power supply, Wi-Fi, and it's an all-in-one unit, essentially. You just plug it in, you connect to it, you set it to mine to your address, your Dogecoin, your Litecoin, whatever you end up wanting, or both. There's also other merge coins too, which we'll touch on that in a while, but this unit, I had it in my kids' room, but I ended up moving it out of there, and I had an idea for it. And it's just going to be a test. I'm probably going to end up asking my buddy to 3D print something. But in the meantime, I'm going to use this box, that tube, and make something. So just stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're up in my attic area now. And right here is my bathroom vent fan. That vent fan does work, but we almost never turn it on. This is my spare bathroom for the kids and stuff. But even if the fan gets turned on and air gets forced backwards, it's not the end of the world. I don't think so, because we don't leave it on very long. I guess that would shove like humid air right into the miner. Well, you know what? If I like this, well, not this setup exactly. I would want a bigger hose and a miner that would push more air. But I could actually like pop a vent in, but I was just thinking like temporarily just to see how it works. So we got our miner right here. We have it sealed into our high speed containment box. And then we have our exhaust tube going out to there. So we'll crank the fans up on that. This is the intake side. Let's go get it plugged in and see if it can push some heat into that bathroom. Why are we doing this? Because my wife turned the heat on last night. I blame her because we were wasting power on our electric heat. Oh goodness. So now a better situation would be bigger ASIC, bigger tube, more airflow, pop a new vent and then put a vent like maybe in like a central location over there and then have it feed that. But this is temporary, and this is what I had laying around right now. All right, guys, so I had a drop cord. I ran that up. I plugged it into the miner. So now it's going to kick on, and I'm going to go into the kids' bathroom and see if I can start to feel any airflow coming through there. All right, so I'm in the kids' bathroom. This is the vent light that we almost never use because we always just use that one because it's way brighter. And, oh, yeah, I can feel it. It's very, very weak. Very faint. Let's go log in on the computer and see what kind of hash rate it's getting. All right, guys, so it's been running for a little bit. It is in hash rate mode or high power mode. We're at almost 700 mega hash, so it's spooling up. And it looks like temperatures are about 30, almost 34 degrees Celsius. So I'm gonna run this for a while and see how it does temperature-wise, because I know that's not an efficient way to transport that heat into that ducting. It'd be much better if the unit was closer, it had a bigger tube, and then it went straight into like an actual duct, not trying to push it backwards through a vent fan. But with this setup, you know, I get to play around and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, it'd be a lot simpler just to take this unit and put it on a shelf somewhere in the house, and that's how I had it. But, you know, hey, for testing purposes, we gotta test, you know? All right. Climbing back up in the old attic. Gonna check on the little guy right here. Fans are pushing some heat. Oh yeah, feels nice and warm. So temperature on this unit, I set it down to low power while I left because I didn't, want anything bad to happen, just in case, because I went up to the store. But it is running right around 55 degrees Celsius, and that's in the middle of like the heat of the day. So it did get up to like 45 today. My garage is probably about 60 degrees in here Fahrenheit. At night, it gets significantly colder in here, so this thing will run even better. But yeah, she's good to go. Now, I was thinking I could probably take all this run out, and it would make it run even cooler. Or I could stick like an L3 Plus over there and just have like a short little piece of pipe pumping it right into that vent. So yeah, yeah, lots of possibilities. So anyway, let's go downstairs and check on what kind of hash rate we're actually putting down over on the Cryptex dashboard. All right, so it has been 13 hours online, and I ended up putting it in low power mode. I think I talked about that earlier. And we've been steady at the like 60-degree temperature range. So 64 degrees right now. Each of the boards is at 63.8 and 64. That's sustainable, especially since we already went through like the heat of the day. And it's not planning on getting hot anytime soon. So I'm just gonna let it run, you know. No rejects. We are getting 1.3% hardware errors. So I'd say that's within the realm of acceptable. Now going over here to Cryptex, I have it hooked up and it's showing our 24-hour average at 612 mega hash. That lines up perfect. So it's a little over 50 cents a day or $15.79 a month. And you can see our chart right here. Looking pretty good. And the Doge Bells rewards for the current day will be credited the next day. That's pretty typical for Cryptex. And the way that looks is on your dashboard, you'll get these spikes. And those spikes are when those Doge and Bells coins are applied. It makes everything else look like you didn't do nothing, you know? But in reality, you definitely did. So if you're interested and you want to get a mini Doge 3 Plus, I actually have some brand new units, and they're in US inventory. So they're over on the Jelly Bay. I'll put a link down below in the description for those. And if you're wanting to join up on Cryptex, I'll put a link down below for that as well. And you can basically mine with CPUs, GPUs, ASICs. Look at all these different algorithms, and they're all mining and then paying out in Bitcoin. So right now we're at $6.25 a day or $193 a month. And I have all of these in one form or fashion currently trying to heat my house. Whether it's some computers over here in the corner, there's some computers in my bedroom, if it's a Doge miner in my attic, pushing air into my bathroom, it's something one way or another. But anyway, guys, I want to jump off here. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.